Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here. And if you tuned in yesterday, I've had a lot of you ask about my eye. Um, After my eye doctor came back into town, he was out of town at one of his daughter's sporting events. After he came back into town, did a full examination, he sent me to the emergency room to rule out giant cell arteritis or try something neuralgia. Uh, and because of where the pain was, kind of, it extended over to my scalp. And those tests, but the blood tests ruled those things out, and then they did a head CT, see if they could see any. I would suppose they were looking for tumors pressing on nerves, and it was clear. So they sent me home with a couple of recommendations for rheumatologists and neurologists to see if the pain continued. My eye doctor called me to check on me last night. He said if it doesn't get worse, just come in and see me on Monday and we'll figure out next steps. And magically, this morning, there is no pain. So what he thinks is that there was a sty beginning to form that hadn't, or like an infection at a hair follicle or something that hadn't fully developed or broken out yet, and it was pressing on a nerve. And as all the drops that they did and that I had done, as those took effect and as the day wore on, it didn't develop, and so a good night's sleep and everything's fine. So it was scary. I don't think I've ever had pain that intense that I didn't know what it was from. It felt like someone had punched me in the eye. It wasn't a burning pain. It wasn't a slicing, cutting kind of pain. It was like a bruise, but there was no bruise, and my eyes weren't even bloodshot. So anyway, enough about that. I'm doing let me bring this up. My printer's not working. I'll tell you that story in a second. But I'm doing Scrap Squad Sunday, and this is the original. Can you even see that? Very well. Possibly not. It is I will describe it in that it looks like there's a narrow sheet of white paper on on a background of a light green paper, and then there's a strip of pattern paper and pattern paper around the photos, and a cluster here and a cluster there and a title there and some journaling in between. So I'm going to kind of do that, except I'm going to have the light green paper where the white paper was, and I just pulled an 8.5 by 11 sheet, and I'm going to be using a very bright patterned background paper. It is this, I think this is from Pebbles Echo Park Birthday Wishes, or Pebbles. I've got some stuff from Pebble. There's a Pebbles birthday collection that's involved in there, and then I have an Echo Park dog collection called Bark that I'm going to use bits and pieces from all of those. So first thing I'm going to do is get this down, and I turn it over even though it's exactly the same on both sides. That's kind of goofy. I'm gonna not worry about centering it, but I do want to get it parallel. And so there, and then I'm gonna put this on. I'm just doing a stripe along here to kind of contrast with the polka dots that are all around, and it's a couple different collections, so the colors aren't exactly the same, but there are enough in common that I think they're okay. So I'm going to lay this here because that's going to kind of help me figure out. The load prompt was to scrap a celebration, and so I'm scrapping the celebration of Reese's birthday, and the technique prompt was to use strips of paper and have them cross each other and form an intersection. It's all based on the board game Life. So I'm making something of a frame with strips of paper, and it's gonna be at kind of wonky angles. Just for interest sake, and because if I tried to get them straight I probably couldn't. So there. That one's gonna go there. I think that's gonna work. What I did was just cut half-inch strips, and I cut them down and I put the foam all along the back of one and then just in the middle of the other two, hoping that they wouldn't overlap, and this one does. So I'm gonna trim it off and hope it doesn't forever curl the paper. I think I'm going to have to use some glue to get that down so that it doesn't curl, although the curling might be cute. Okay, and then inside that frame I'm going to put a doghouse that's a sticker from the bark sheet. Let me get that. And it kind of overlaps on there, which I think is kind of cute. And I have some Bramble Fox goodies that I'm going to kind of decorate that with. And then I'm going to put in the original, there were two photos, one on top of each other. And they were much closer together than mine are going to end up being. But that's okay. I'm kind of going off on my own here in order to get the load prompt done and to kind of and have a celebratory, goofy dog looking kind of page. So down here there's in the original there's a cluster here down the side and then down here, and then the title is here, and there's some journaling. So I may not have room for journaling in the same place that the original did, but I'm gonna do journaling. I couldn't type it or print it on there because the my printer is out of ink, and I thought I had ordered it, but I hadn't pressed submit order, so it hadn't arrived, and it won't get here till tomorrow. I'm gonna kind of put these tropical leaves here because they kind of extend it out. Let me get, where's the best way for you to see the most of it. Maybe like that. And I'm going to turn this other light on, which kind of hits me in the face, but who cares? The important thing is that you guys can see. Okay, there, and that's curled up. And then I'm going to do right up here, I have this circle that says love, and I'm going to put that there and just glue it to the bottom. Okay, and then I have another circle-y sticker that goes over here. I first want to put this this little fire hydrant up on this part of the photo because it's just got that kind of uninteresting looking gray sofa showing. So I'm going to do this, but I need, I can do those. I'm going to let it break the line, which is different from the original. And I'm going to put this leaf here. Let me see if I can tuck it under there and under this. Let's see if that works. Maybe here for that one. Sure, why not? Let me get some glue on it. That might help it stick. I'm not liking that. I think I would prefer a, let's do this big yellow paw print from Bramble Fox. And I didn't think I was going to be using it. But there's glue there and I need to put it down right now. And I need to get that straight. And then this, I want to put in conjunction with this one. So I'm going to have to do it kind of like that. And curl that up and get this maybe further over here. There, I've got that cluster built. I'm not entirely happy with it, but what the heck. There was a tag sticking down at the bottom of the original, but my photos are a different orientation, and we've still got the vertical look without having the tag to extend it, so I'm not going to use the tag. And there's not a lot of room for journaling, but there should be enough for what I want to say. But I'm going to go ahead and put the title down because there's a sticker. Let me put the stickers down first, and I'm going to go backwards. It's going to say Birthday Girl, so I've got an L here and an R, and this is from the bark the bark sticker sheet from the and an I. Oop, it's an I and a dot. And let me get the dot. You gotta have the dot, right? I hate pulling dots out of sticker sheets, so I have a little bit of a problem with that. Okay, and the G is really cute because it has a little curl up at the top. I'm going to put it at a slight angle. So that's a cute font. I really, really like that font. And so I'm going to overlap the word birthday with the G on the G. So now I'm going to take the backing off of the foam. And I love the little doghouse up there in this frame. I'm not going to try to peel that one. I'll peel this one, and that'll stick it well enough. It's really cute, and it's going to be cute when I put the Bramble Fox paws and bones by it. And I have there's a sticker also of okay, there we go. So it says birthday girl, and I wanted to put a tropical leaf because I had it out on my table and it'll get lost if I don't use it. I'm just going to put it here underneath the balloons. And what I did there was I fussy cut the balloons and the word birthday from the pattern paper, and then I put foam behind birthday, but I put the balloons kind of behind that. I like how that looks. I think it's cute. Okay, so should I put a bone over here to reinforce that it's a puppy dog birthday? I don't think so. Let's go do our bones and stuff over here on the by the doghouse. I'm going to have them overlapping from the frame up onto the doghouse because I think that's cute. And I'm going to try to put all the colors in. That one down, and then let's see, there's a red one here. Up onto there, and I'm going to use a blue bone here, and do I want a lime green there, bone there, or a black paw? Let's do a black paw. And we'll see how that works. There. And do I need something else over here? Because that goes a little bit farther over. If I try to make it even, it's not going to get even. It's not. I don't have a yellow paw over there, so I'll use one of those. And I don't think there's any yellow in any of the pattern papers here, but you know, it seems to work anyway. All right, there. And then all that's left, I think, is my journaling. I think that's all I had planned to use. It's not a perfect lift. I don't think there is any such thing as a perfect lift, but it's not as true a lift as maybe I started out to think I could do, but I love it. So let me bring it up and hope that the glue is dry enough to hold it. So there's the page, and like I said, there'll be some journaling kind of right in there, maybe extending over into here. And something did fall off, but where did it fall? Here. It's the little yellow paw, and it fell off right there. Its glue was not dry enough. Okay, I think I'm done, and I thank you for watching, and happy Scrap Squad Sunday. I'll put it there. Maybe that might be a little bit better angle. Thanks for watching. Bye.